Hello, this is Wolf from Tesla Owners US and good morning everybody. It is 6:11 in the morning and we are on our trip Golf to Golf day 2. This time we have a little surprise for you. We're gonna navigate to Tesla Road in Austin. We're gonna notice it's on my way towards west to east, and we're gonna visit that because we probably have some time. Yesterday we made up some time, and today too. Let's visit it.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
And now I can show you some pictures of Texas, the greener Texas here. We are in front of Ozona. There will be a supercharger coming where I only have to stay for about 5 minutes. And I can show you also some pictures how it was before. It looks a little bit horrifying if you see the gas burning from the oil wells there. I think it's methane gas. Yeah.
In 1 mile, take exit 365 on the...
Here we go, we arrived. First stop, it's only a short one. Let's go and plug in. That's 150 kilowatt, you see it probably from the SIG cable. But I don't have to stay there for a long time. Okay, let's get the coffee and drink a short coffee, and then we quickly can continue. Some folks from California, they're sleeping in the car. Hey guys, are you charged up?
Yeah, maybe for like 30 minutes.
Oh really?
Headed to San Diego.
Oh, you're going this way?
Yeah, west.
I'm going to Tampa.
We just came from Austin, Texas.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Long drive ahead of us.
This is where the at the Gigafactory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clears up. Sunny, not that bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hope you have a good one.
Okay, same to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good trip home. Yeah, it was a quick stop and we keep going now. We charge 2% more. We cannot be so accurate. So on 70% and now it's very cloudy here and looks like it might rain. I only had to stay there for 7 minutes. We are 4 minutes behind plan, but we will be catching up. That's not so difficult. We can drive max speed, max autopilot, 80 miles per hour, all good. And Texas becoming green here when you see it in the environment here. Yeah, because of probably there's enough precipitation. And yeah, we are on our way to Giga, Texas, because it was just a few miles difference. And then why don't I do a small detour and look at that when I'm already there, when I'm already passing it. We have another stop in Junction and another stop in Johnson City. So we have 2 more stops, and it's probably gonna be around noon when we arrive there. And the folks there, what I met from California, they are going the opposite way. They were at Giga, Texas there, and they said they're coming from Austin. And I said, yeah, Giga, Texas? I said, yeah. And they are on the way to California. They were sleeping in the car while charging, and now they keep going. I hope that they are doing good, and if they notice that, write in a comment. Wow, and now it really turns into Germany weather. So the windshield wiper, I have to check where that is now, because the windshield wiper is under regular controls and it's currently on auto under controls. So, and this is not a nice weather, really. Okay, good that I'm inside. But that's why it's green here. Yeah, we are in front of Junction. So in New Mexico it's called Las Cruces, and in here it's just called Junction. And when I'm seeing it here on the side, there's power lines, and Texas has its own power net or power constructions there. I think that's why Elon is building their a backup system in case the power goes down again, because Texas has its own grid and they want to be independent. But about a year ago, that made a lot of people become out of power, and maybe also bought Tesla Powerwalls. Now a huge power wall against the outage is being created now, I think close in Austin, close, so that there will not be a power outage anytime soon. So we are 6 miles away from Junction. We're gonna have there a short break and then we continue quick. And we are gained some time, and we arrived here with 28% exactly according to the Better Route Planner, like we wanted to. And we have to plug in for a little bit here. Okay, it's plugging in. I think that's a 150 kilowatt charger. And we are ready to go. Let's see. Yep, it's shifting over. Let's see how much we have here. And is bumping up. How much kilowatt is charging? We can be a little bit closer here. 138, yeah, 136, 138. Okay. Hi guys, you need to hear that. That's the Junction supercharger in the morning, and I think the birds have a lot to twitter about. And what is it? The Twitter. So that is at the Junction supercharger. I think you needed to hear that. I think they have their morning prayers or whatever. Yeah, that is Junction. There's a little tower there. Seems to be a water tower called Junction there. That was Junction. The Birdie supercharger, where a lot of birds are, at least in the morning, probably also in the evening. And a lot of things to talk about. And we have nothing to talk about because it's still cloudy, but at least it stopped raining. So we're gonna stay a little bit on I-10 still here, on Interstate 10. And then we have to exit to 290 East, US Route 290 East. We're going there to Johnson City because we wanna go to the Austin, Texas Gigafactory. We're gonna visit that. There's another stop what we have to do now to the Johnson City supercharger. That's a 250 kilowatt supercharger. We can really stress it here a little bit and consume some energy. I should arrive with 23% there, and let's see. So now you see it's getting greener and greener here in my back here. There are a bunch of trees, and we are following I-10 until we exit, and then I'm gonna coming in. I guess this is a typical Texas road, or actually it's US 295, US 281, highway US 281, and that's towards Fredericksburg. There are trees left and right in it. This is about 35 miles straight road with opposite traffic, but you can still drive 75 miles per hour here. So, and with a little bit more, maybe 80. So, but that's typical Texas road, at least in this part of Texas. And a whole bunch of trees left and right. So Texas is also greener on some places. So he said Fredericksburg Welcome Diesel Motel. Oh, that looks very German. Yeah, then let's drive to Fredericksburg. Alright. One farm after the next one. There's also wine tasting here. So, antique cells. Here's another Vista Oaks wine tasting. Woodrose Winery. And already arrived at the Johnson City supercharger, 250 kilowatt. And let's plug it in. And that is where we stop to have our lunch break, the short one. And there is a Dollar General store behind me. Oh, I might have to go there. Yeah. I stayed there longer than needed because I went to the dollar store and needed to get some something to scrub the bugs of my car during the last 1,000 miles, and I've charged up over 70%. And now, last step, we're going to the Tesla Gigafactory plant in Austin, and it's only 52 miles away. Oh, there's a congestion here. There's a country fair in the middle of what springs? Something springs. What is this? Dripping Springs. And there's a whole congestion here. And that goes to the whole city. Because of the country fair? I don't know. Because the people going out of church? Maybe. So, because it's about 11:30 now, and it seems to be that church is over, but there is a whole congestion. They should build a bypass here for that little city. So, we are on the outskirts of Austin, and we are passing it on the southern side. Difficult to see right now, but I saw some high-rises there in the back. Alright, we are on Tesla Road. It says here main entrance. Let's see. New traffic pattern, it says. Probably have to go underneath of the highway.
In 1,000 feet, your destination will be on the left.
On the left? There's something big on the right as well. We're gonna find out.
Now your destination is on the left.
On the left. Maybe it's the right. Yeah, I think it's the right here. Tesla employees, right lane. Okay. That's a Tesla location. Here's the factory. Okay. That's a huge factory. Okay, so security chased me away, and I might be driving around the facility, I don't know. Here. Okay, they blocked that. That is a huge facility. Okay. Sure, I get some pictures. I always get some pictures. Security guy. He's a very diligent security guy. You have to give him a credit for that. Okay, we go next door. So now we are on the other parking lot. I think that's for employees only. And there are, yes, you can go here through for employees with helmet and construction and stuff. Yeah, you need a badge for that. Yeah, badges entry. Let me buckle up. And you see that factory facility. Oh, there's a supercharger. See there in the back, there's a supercharger there, where also looks like people charging. And then you can see the extension of that building. That's there where I was before. It's really big. Weak parking. A lot of construction still ongoing. Leaving the nice facility. I could have come in because I was already in, and here's the picture. It's also the front picture, but no, why should you be there? So I want to get invited, then I'm coming in there. That is be nice. If I would get invited, I'm coming for a tour, but now I did not get invited, so I just was in just to show, hey, I could come in if I wanted to. And now we continue our trip. Now we're going towards Louisiana. Here's the factory from the highway, from the 130 on the other side. And this one might be the closest supercharger, and charging with 121 kilowatt at 50%. The closest supercharger to the plant, because it's just about a mile south on the road. And I'm already plugged in. It's a little windy there on 1C. Oh, is that sharing now? Multiple ones? 1CD. I have not seen that one before. 1A, B, C, and D. But I get the full power because nobody here. Here, a little bit to the right, is Circuit of America. This is one of the raceways for Formula One, which had a contract. I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but I visited one time one of the races there with my friend, and I drove down from Dallas to here with my Roadster, and then charged on an RV plug on my car for, let's say, 4 hours or so, and then I could drive back just for that race. Yeah, this will end our little detour to Austin with Texas 71, because now we are merging back on I-10 Interstate 2 East towards Louisiana. As you can see it here, El Campo and Houston. This is where you have to go. Thankfully, Houston, we don't have a problem. So our next supercharger is in front of Houston in Katy. And, you know, the landscape is still the same. All green, trees, farms, and so on. On 71, direction Houston, or Sealy. And Sealy is actually the same direction like Katy supercharger is. And roads are not so good. It's still 71, but it shows also Interstate 10. Probably they're sharing that. Not far away from the supercharger anymore. The car is already preconditioning the battery. 4.5 miles to Katy supercharger, west of Houston. And then we go all the way through Houston. There's Katy area, 7 exits. Alright. Already plugged in Katy Road, but this is a really full supercharger. I have to show you that. So everybody's charging here. I'm charging with 70 kilowatt. So that's probably a 150 kilowatt supercharger. Let me check. Katy Road, 45-minute estimate before continue. Maybe I do something else. There are more superchargers. There is one here at Houston, Westheimer Road, 16 stalls, 6 available. That is a 250 kilowatt charger. I'm not going to continue probably here any longer, because that supercharger, I'm gonna add that supercharger. Then I continue in 10 minutes. I'm gonna take this 250 kilowatt supercharger and I'm gonna go a little bit exiting from the highway. The navigation system was a little crazy. It took me off the highway, on the highway, and now I have to take Sam Houston Tollway for probably 2 miles or so. Okay. Can't change anything about it. Okay, new charger, new luck. Now it should take 25 minutes, but that's pretty busy as well. Let's plug it in. And here we go. Let's find out. Okay, looks good. Look at this. We are already at 251 kilowatt. Excellent. That's what I call a supercharger. What I'm guessing here, it's a lot of wind, but look at this. Full range all the way through. All the way. And it looks like, because there are a whole bunch of other Teslas here on that location, that this one is a Tesla facility. Let's check it out, because there are level 2 chargers here. Tesla service center must be, if you look at that, yeah, Tesla service center in Houston, And the address, they had the address here. So they're probably closed today. They must be closed. They usually only open Saturdays and on a regular day. And there are a whole bunch of Teslas here. Oh, I haven't seen so many Teslas in a row here. A whole bunch of them. Wow. And there are some guys here. Yeah, maybe that's one of the biggest current Tesla location in the south of Houston. And there are Tesla cars all around here. There's a big logo service and they also do deliveries. I talked to some people there. They're working on Sundays, guys, Sundays. I think I saw 5 people there working on Sundays. And there will be even a bigger location coming up in the north of Houston, opening in 1 or 2 weeks or something like that. That is a much better view of Houston downtown. So, look at this. Holy fuck, that has a lot. There are 7 lanes in one direction. Just next to Houston downtown. Wow. I'm happy that I'm driving only on a Sunday and was still busy in Houston. I don't want to drive during a regular work day. It will be terrible. And now we are outside of the vicinity of Houston, almost outside the vicinity of Houston. And now it's only Interstate I-10 straight to Lake Charles. And that should be already in a new state in Louisiana. I didn't even see that we are already in Louisiana. So I just noticed exit number 4, which is actually Louisiana. And there's construction again on Interstate 10. I think the whole way was here construction. But I don't recognize any speed limitation, so I drive that what is allowed to drive here. Just had a funny situation. I rely a lot on a speed control, what the car shows you how fast you can drive. And if you are almost in the same speed, are passing a truck like this, then I noticed that the truck was covering the speed limit sign. This speed limit sign, for example, is not even recognized. That is in the red square. But the other speed limit sign, the truck covered that, and then after that, the speed kept the same, and I almost didn't see it either. I saw it in the blink of an eye, what the speed is, but that is a little bit of a problem. And yeah, I don't know what the solution for that would be. Maybe you have an idea. Calsuia River. Okay, that's a big bridge here. Fortunately, we're going the bypass on 210 in order to get to the charger. And then you see now there's lots of water in Louisiana. Lake Charles supercharger. Okay, let's plug it in. I think that's 150 kilowatt. Come on. No, don't react. Okay, press the button then. Yeah, there is a Sonic here on the other side, and there's a whole shopping mall there. And most of people still don't understand that if they are parking on if they are charging on 3A, what is that, 3A, that's 3B, then they are not that fast, because they are sharing the load. I'm a big charge as well, and I don't know how many times I'm saying that, but every time I say to the guys, hey look, you are on 1A and the other one is on 1B, you are sharing the same power, So you only get a half of it, and you have to wait much longer. If you are gonna switch to 3, they are all available, then everybody can charge faster and everybody is out of here. So I say that all the time to the people there. They are not knowing the case that there are so many chargers are still shared port or shared power. Now the difference is, now what I found is there are some of them which have A, B, C and D, and that looks like a dedicated port, because I charged in Houston on a C or a D, and I got full 250 kilowatt charge at the beginning. So there's a bit difference. So if you have A and B and there's no C and D, there's probably a shared port for that. And I have to tell it to all the time, because everybody is off the road, the charger faster, and then other people can charge. For everyone who's watching that, remember, I tell it to them. Most people don't know. They buy a car and they plug it in, and they don't know that. We all guys, we know that since a long time. So if you see someone there like that, tell them. So what else you can see in Louisiana? It's almost the same like in Texas. Farms there, green, grass, and so on. So I have one charger in front of me, and then with about 10 minutes, charge, and then we are arriving at our hotel, and we are done for today. Last one for today, a supercharger here in Lafayette.
And that is pretty easy. Take it off, press the button, sometimes it doesn't work, and press the charge port. And when the charge port is there, that works as well. Then plug it in, and now I need to stretch a little bit.
Finally arrived at the Cook Hotel. It is now 10 to 9 o'clock. That's also a long day, and it's longer than expected. So because I wanted to come earlier, and it's about right, because I used 1 hour 15 minutes of a detour to see the Gigafactory, and I hope you enjoyed that as well. Let's come to the statistics. So for the trip, we drove, I think yesterday we drove over 700 miles. No, we drove, and I didn't reset it yet. Sorry for that. So we drove, I reset it much later. We drove 1486 miles, another 700 miles, 308 watt per mile. And I tell you, that was because we were driving pretty fast, sometimes between 80, sometimes even 90, but most of the time about 80 miles per hour. Tomorrow is another day, but I'm leaving tomorrow also very early, and because of that, because I'm leaving very early, I decided to drive under a light here and have the final saying of the day. So day 2 is done. There's another day for the big golf-to-golf Cannonball, and thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and talk to you next time.
It's funny how